She's grooming. My little kitten's grooming my dog. She's loving. I'm loving it. Now she's gonna groom herself. It's funny because her tongue is like hard sandpaper. I mean, really. She keeps biting something on top of her head. I don't know what it is. But she is just cleaning her off. I love my little animals. They're such a joy. Hi guys, it's Sleep Grandma here with you. I wanted to make the video today about reconstructing our lives and reconstructing ourselves after divorce or just out of nowhere. You don't really need a reason to reconstruct yourself if you're damaged. For me personally, I started my journey after my last relationship. As you know, if you listen to my divorce video, I was in a 26-year abusive marriage, and I got a divorce. And subsequently, I had, 3 bad relationships with womanizers, and it was just devastating to my self-esteem, devastating to. It just kind of reconfirmed the beliefs that I had about myself. So when I decided I was going to go on a journey to rebuild myself, I came to realize first that my foundation was rotted, deteriorating, and full of cracks. So I knew something different had to be done. Something different and something major. So what I did was what did I do? What I did was I first made a conscious effort to mentally pull out my whole foundation of what I thought about myself. I just made a mental image of pulling out all the foundations of a house and having a bulldozer come and wipe that all away. Then I started laying the brickwork to make a good, strong foundation for myself. And I did that by getting up every morning and listening to positive, affirming things like motivational videos. I would get up and go to YouTube and type in motivation, and all these videos would pop up. A lot of people I listened to was, I think, Evan Carmichael, the top 10 tips to success by different movie stars. I listened to that. That really helped me a lot. And then I just listened to Les Brown and all kinds of people. There's one that's called Prove Them Wrong that I really love. I still cry when I watch it. And one called, what's it called? When We Fall or When We Fail. One of those. I think it's When We Fall. It has Rocky giving the fist at the beginning of it. And that really helped me rebuild myself. I've done that every morning for the last 3 years. I mean, I get up to that. And let me tell you why it's so important for me to get up to that. Because I used to get up, and as soon as I opened my eyes, I was thinking about something my ex-husband had said to me 25 years ago. And I would replay that scenario, and I would think how, coulda, shoulda, woulda, why didn't I, blah, blah, blah. And that was taking me nowhere. I was just on a constant merry-go-round of negativity and lack of gratitude. I was just dwelling in the past and something that happened a long time ago that I can't fix. So I got tired of it. I could not stop drinking too because I kept thinking about that stuff, and it just made me want to just numb out. So when I started on this self-discovery, and one of the videos I listened to says that if you don't know what you like or who you are, start by writing down who you are not. Like, for instance, I'm not the kind of person that goes around using people. It's just not in my belief system. Have I used people? Maybe. I don't know. Not intentionally. I don't know. I guess we all use each other in some way or the other. But you know, I don't go around like a predator. Saying, well, this person can do this for me, so I'm going to become her friend. No, I don't do stuff like that. So that's who I'm not. I am not the kind of person that would marry for money. Of course, like everyone else, I enjoy, the finer things in life, but I don't like them well enough to sacrifice my happiness for them. So you can think what a great life I have, and I'm just not that kind of person. Never have been. So I know that I'm not that. I am not the kind of person to murder another person. Now, if they were trying to hurt my children, that might be a different story. I'm sure I'm capable, but I just, I don't like violence per se. I like violence in the movies sometimes when one bad guy's knocking off a hitman or something, or if a hitman's knocking off someone that's a bad person. But I'm not, a violent person. I don't like yelling and screaming, and I have done that. Yes, I have yelled and screamed, but I mean, it's not something I enjoy. So anyway, knowing what you're not is a good start to knowing what you are not and what you don't like is a good start to finding yourself. It's very important that you find who you are and what you are. That way you can go from there, and grow from there. The idea is to keep growing. Now, what I did was I actually implementing the things that I learned. I didn't just listen to a video and be like, oh, well, that's nice. That's wonderful. That sounds good. And just went about my life mimicking old behavior. No, I didn't do that. I said, I'm going to try that. Let me try this and see if it works. Let me try that and see if it works. And sure enough, a lot of the stuff I did worked. And I was very happy I did that because I really needed to change. I had to replace the negativity that I had with something positive. And so that's what I did. Positive affirmations, learning to appreciate who I am, learning that it's okay to be different, and that I don't have to be like everyone else. I don't know why sometimes people just think that if they're not like somebody else, if they don't fit in, then they're not doing good. And I just don't believe that. I never have. If all the women my age have short hair, I want long hair. If all the women my age have, I don't know, dress a certain way, a lot of makeup, I try to wear not that much makeup. I just don't like being like everybody else. I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable in my own skin. And that's the biggest thing that I've got out of growth is I'm now comfortable in my own skin. It's so important. But today I don't have to replay those old scenarios. That is in the past, a long time ago. I can't go back there and fix it, and that's fine. Now, one of the things that I really had a hard time with was shame. I was very ashamed of myself because I was always told that I wasn't good enough by several people I had in my life, and it seemed like I could never do right. So subsequently, I was so ashamed that I didn't want to take pictures with my daughters. I have these spots on my face, and it doesn't help because I have these like melasma spots on my face, so that doesn't help either. But yeah, and because of the spiritual work that I've done through Alcoholics Anonymous and through listening to motivational videos, AA speakers, doing meditations, with I like this woman named Michelle Chalfin. It's Michelle, regular Michelle, and her last name is Chafant. Doing meditations with her, and they're intense and short. And I was reluctant to meditate for a long time, but now I meditate, and it's been a real journey. So I really recommend that you do that. Now that I've done the work, but you have to do the work. Now that I've done the work, I'm really reaping the benefits. Am I there? Am I there yet? Probably not. I'm sure I'm not by a long shot, but I think that I've gotten a lot better. I think that I remain willing to grow and willing to continue to find out more and more about myself. Every Monday night, I go meet my sponsor at a meeting, and I know she's there if I need her. But I really implement the suggestions that they gave me, and I'm really making an avid effort every day to change my life, every single day. It's not about just graduating. There's never a graduation. It's just constant growing, but it's something that's beneficial to me. I not only did emotional things, but I did physical things, which I took I rearranged my apartment. Just got rid of a lot of stuff I'd been holding on to for years, and I have it, in the closet, the front closet, so I can donate it. But but not just that. I'm just reorganizing everything for a new life, for a new and different life. I don't want this life I had. Like some people say, AA gave me my life back. No, I don't want my life back. I want a better version. And that's why I'm painting this little house. I started painting this little house in the divorce video, and the significance is that we're rebuilding our life, and I'm reconstructing myself from the inside out. And reconstruction has to be in all areas. I mean, you don't just put the framework and walk away, right? You got to put the windows in. You got to make sure everything's nailed tightly. You have to make sure that things are up to code. Now, when I say up to code, it has to be up to your liking and your satisfaction. And if you feel like you have to work harder in one area, do that. Go ahead and revamp that whole area. I mean, a lot of times it takes writing. If you want to write something down to get it out of you and then burn it or tear it up in little pieces and throw it in 2 different trash cans, that's fine. Just get it out. Work through your shit. Get it out, man, and you have to move forward. Now, I was just thinking about my brain's all over the place all the time. I was thinking about when I told you guys that I wouldn't marry someone for money. The bottom line is that I can't stand to look at anyone's effing face if I don't love you. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend that much time with you if I don't love you. So that's why I would never marry for money. I just do not see the value of it. So there's just a list of things that I wouldn't do, and that's why I walked away from my marriage without anything, because of my happiness is more important than just and that's part of loving yourself. You put yourself first. Now, let me tell you something. I had to drag myself out by the neck from my marriage. I felt sorry for him. I didn't want to leave him. I didn't want to give up on the marriage, but it was killing me, killing me. So I had to do that, and I had to stop dating because I kept picking and attracting the wrong guys, and I didn't know how to spot them until it was too late. So I had to really take drastic measures because mine was really sick. I mean, I'm not going to even, in the AA program, they say some are sicker than others. Yeah, well, that's me. I was really sick. So I had to, I love doing this. Look at this. Don't you just love the way that's kind of transparent there, just like grass really is? Anyway, it, I had to just drag myself out of that relationship and put myself first. Now, that was really, really hard for me to do, to put myself first. To say, I need this right now. I'm going to do this for me right now. And work on myself and work on reconstructing myself and building a whole new life. I don't want the life that I had. It was just very depressing, always a problem, blah, blah, blah. Nothing was ever right. If it wasn't one thing, it was the other. Never happy with anything, never grateful for anything. I mean, and today I live in gratitude. I'm grateful I can talk to you guys. I'm grateful I have a phone that I can record this on. I'm grateful that I can paint this thing, that I can use my hands. Some people's hands are all crooked. They got arthritis or whatever, and they can't do these things. And look at me, I'm painting this, and it's beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm grateful for every little thing. I'm grateful that I'm going to get in my car in about an hour and go to work at a little job where I love my coworkers. They're really nice young women. And I get along with young people because I don't judge them. I know they're young. I know that they haven't walked the path that I've walked. And that's fine. But I also learn a lot from them because this generation is much freer than our generation. They're a lot. They're more in touch with what their needs are, and we don't give them credit for that. We're always criticizing them, but yeah, I love this generation. I think it's a great generation. A little self-centered, but that's the way we are sometimes. Sometimes you have to be that way to protect yourself. Sometimes you just have to be that way, but really, you can grow to love yourself. I know that they always tell you, oh, love yourself. And you're like, well, how? When nobody tells you how, stand in the mirror and say positive things to yourself. And you're just like, yeah, right, that's ridiculous. But it's not really just about that. I mean, if that works for you, great, do it. But it's more about purging negative stuff out of you. Don't think about that stuff. It's not productive to who you are, who you want to be. What do you want to be from now on? Who do you want to be? I mean, it's not who do you want to be. It's finding out who you are and expressing that. And being bold enough and courageous enough to discover that. And wow, this cat's all over me. And expressing that. That's what that is. And I love that. I love discovering new things. Life is an adventure. We discover new things all the time. And if we remained open, if we try not to sit in the box and stay there because everybody else says we should be in the box, you can learn to love yourself. I have learned to love myself and all my quirks, and I have a lot of quirks. Ooh. I'll tell you one dumb thing I did the other day. A friend of mine gave me this thing that these kind of wraps you put on your feet to peel the skin off, the extra skin. So I was thinking that would maybe, ow! Oh, God! I'm sorry. My cat. I was thinking that maybe that would peel off the spots on my face. So what did I do? I put it on my spots and it burnt my skin. So yeah, I mean, dumb. But you know what? I live and learn. Hello. I just feel like, you know what? I guess it was something I had to do to learn that I shouldn't do that. So I did it. So what? Am I going to beat myself up about it? No. I am not going to beat myself up about it. Also, I've been in AA for a long, long time, and I have a little over a year sober, probably about a year and a half sober. I mean, absolutely sober, because I kept relapsing. I just couldn't leave it alone. And finally, I surrendered and gave it to God and asked Him to keep me sober every day, and I've been able to stay sober. Um, Now, do I beat myself up about that? No, because it took what it took, and here I am. And I've learned that that's one thing that I can't do is stay sober by myself, and that's fine. It's not a weakness. It's fine. I admire myself for accepting that fact. I do. I admire myself for accepting that fact and moving forward. Now, let me tell you, I've had a lot of growth in education too. I couldn't do things that would be normal to other people, like, back in the day. Now, look, we got our little cat and our little dog there. Back in the day, I couldn't use the library cards in the library. I didn't know how to. I didn't have a lot of the normal social exposures that other people have. So through my daughters, I've learned to navigate all that, and it was very hard, but yeah, I did it, and I continue to expand my education now. You know, by the time my daughters went to school, they started teaching Black history a little bit, and they learned a lot of stuff that I had no idea. So I've been learning a lot about that through YouTube and other um, sources. And look at my little house. It's like a little house on the beach because I love the beach. Um, so yeah, I mean, I just continue to keep growing, and I don't let anyone stand in my way of me. It's me first, me last, and me always. I mean, I have to put myself first so I don't go into people pleasing mode. Um, I take care of myself today. I just had some kimchi with scrambled eggs and a little bit of organic chicken with it, organic chicken breast. And yeah, I just, do what's best for me. I have one meal a day, and then I have like a bowl of grapes or maybe a snack, maybe a banana or something like that. That's just me, though. That's what works for me. But you have to find out what works for you. Center your thoughts on yourself, and I don't know if you have shame issues. I hope you don't. I did, and I worked through them. I'm not ashamed of myself at all. As a matter of fact, now my niece came to visit on Thanksgiving, and I finally took a picture with her and my daughter, and that was a breakthrough for me. I see, and those are things that for other people are perfectly normal. For me, they're not. I was more sicker than I thought, and yeah, that's fine. I mean, the fact that I recognize that is a good thing. I think that that's a good thing. Some people might be ashamed of being sick. I'm not ashamed. I think it's a shame when you're sick and you know you're sick and you think you can hide it from other people, and then you end up taking out your stuff on other people and talking about, well, I've always done this and it's worked out fine for me. Yeah, right, whatever. Ask the people around you, we're either what do they say? We're either an example or a warning. I want to be an example of good. I don't want to be a warning to somebody that, oh my God, don't do what she did because, oh boy, don't live your life that way because, oh boy, she thinks she's okay, but she's not. And, I just continue to grow. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Reconstruction. You have to have. Now, if you need to listen to, if you don't have any discipline and you need to listen to videos on discipline, do that. It's fine. I did. I was trying to become more disciplined. I listened to videos on discipline. Whatever, man. That's fine. We're going to continue to work on our little house, and stay tuned because we're going to Tonight I will be making another video, but this one's going to have affirmative phrases for you to memorize and to practice. Now I hope that you'll listen to those often, because to reaffirm and keep, you can put them on in the morning too. It doesn't have to be at night. You can put them on in the morning. They really help you to reaffirm good thoughts. You need good thoughts in your head. If your head's full of negativity right now, the last place you need to be is in your head, because you know how we are. We overthink everything, and take everything to the extreme. So yeah, the last place I needed to be for a long time was in my head, because it was just full of negativity and self-criticism. So if you need to get out of your head, man, replace it with something really positive. Now, this is one thing I really like about myself, is that I'm not afraid to toot other people's horns. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I'm not, there's some good sources I'm going to give you right now that really worked for me, and I want to share them with you because these are really good videos. Now, the first one is When We Fall. Look that up under motivational videos. That's the video that started my whole journey into positive thinking. The next one would be Prove Them Wrong. Look that one up. And the next one that I just discovered, like 2 years later, I've been doing this for about 3 years, is one called, it's by a motivational website called Be Inspired, and the video is called It Goes Straight to Your Subconscious Mind. Now that's a load of great phrases. I haven't heard a compilation of such great phrases before, so I really recommend that. Now you can listen to that day and night. You really want to get this engraved and drilled into your head, because this really will make you think more positively overall. And what you want to do is you want to dig into your foundation. You want to purge out the negative stuff. That includes negative people. Okay, if there's somebody negative in your life, purge them out if you possibly can. Some people are disposable, some people aren't. I try to consider family not disposable, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they have to be. In order for us to save ourselves, they have to be purged out, So purge and then rebuild. That's what you have to do. You have to rebuild that structure, that main foundation. We need a strong foundation that will weather the storms. Okay? And that's what your ultimate goal is. Now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your mind's default to be positive, not negative. When something happens, you want your, like for instance, just to give you a quick example, they told me that I had to get rid of my cat. So my apartment where I live told me that. So right away, I started doing some things to put in motion to keep the cat, and things worked out that I got to keep the cat. I thanked God and I remained positive, but I didn't like crumble when I heard the news or start freaking out or screaming and yelling, and I just dealt with it. So I'm able to deal with things much better now. So I really recommend this. But I love sharing information. I really recommend the meditations of Michelle Chaffant. I hope I'm saying that right. So anyway, you guys, look forward to my video of phrases. I will probably post that tonight. Okay? Much love to you guys, and have a great, fantastic day. Make it good, and stay grateful for the little things.